folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Legacy stream. Today we are looking at a particularly special pile of jank, courtesy of Kinda MTG, who has donated for a Krark the Thumbless deck. So in case you didn't come across this, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, return that spell to its owner's hand. If you win the flip, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy. And it has some nice flavor text of partner, as well as double or nothing. So essentially, we are going to try to copy archive traps and just like absolutely meme on people. Reaple Cheap, thank you very much for the continued support. Unrelated to this stream, Reaple Cheap, how many opposition agents have you tracked down at this point? Okay, so we're going to be on the 8 crab mill strategy. No, Krark is only 2 mana. Infinite dollars, yeah. I was afraid of that. We are on the 8 crab mill strategy. We have cantrips holding the shell together, and after we mill something cool, we have the opportunity to surgical it in game 1. So we have some very interesting things available to us. Like, I've milled your show until on turn 2, surgical you. Like, I've removed your entire win condition suite, good luck. So we may buy some games that way. Krark Mill confirmed, Dr. Odd. So, the last time I played Mill on this channel, it was a little rough, and we always came like this close to getting there. And then our opponent's game plan tended to take over. So maybe memeing and doubling some of our spells will instead make us win. We're gonna find out. The amazing deck builder and player Callum Whitefaces Smith gave me some advice and said, if you have the opportunity to take a safe play or a meme play with great entertainment value, take the entertainment value play. So I'm going to be keeping those wise words in mind tonight and trying to get some people. The sideboard has Force of Will for combo matchups, a bunch of Graveyard Hate for when that's relevant, and then just a handful of small adjustments. So you actually want to lose flips on Archive Trap. Do I want to lose flips? If I lose the flip, I just get to cast it again and again and again and again and again and again until I copy it because it's a free spell, right? So I always win with Archive Trap? Oh, for brain freeze purposes, for storm purposes. I see. Okay, got it. I see where you're going now. All right, let's hop into some games. Take your bets on a result tonight. I bet we get at least one. I feel like we can 2-3. Now, I don't think it'll be an easy 2-3 by any stretch of the imagination. 4-1 going for optimism. Red hot, just coming in with the absolute faith. This hand does nothing? Like, I brainstorm? Or ponder? I don't think I'm supposed to keep this hand, despite, like, this being a perfectly reasonable magic hand. This just, like, does not have a plan. The plan is, God, I hope Brainstorm is good. I'm gonna go ahead and ship this one. Eh. Do we go to 5? No, let's have faith in the deck. Let's have faith in the deck. Krark, Trapmaker's Snare, into get to archive traps. Opponent can never fetch again. There's a bottom preordain. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for mana stability here, rather than keeping, like, the super optimal amount of lands around for a top-decked crab. That force pitch brainstorm. The dream is dead. Opponent confirmed a meanie. Oh, that's fine. We have time. I didn't think we had time. I thought we were just gonna get, like, fucking Delvered. No, we're playing against some dirtily control deck. We've still got game. Yo, Ruin Crab, though. Let's fucking go, Crab. Oh. Do I fetch? Maybe I'm supposed to go to my opponent's turn and just, like, leave this fetch up, because if I fetch and then my opponent bolts this, I don't get those mills. I'm gonna force them to use the mana on their turn. I think I will go ahead and do it. I don't think I live in fear of Wasteland now. I don't know my opponent's deck composition, but I really don't want them to have a Dreadhorde Arcanist into a pile of removal for my crab. I should have picked True Name. Should technically screenshot this, but I don't think it's a screenshot kind of night. Okay, so my opponent is just like 4-color pile that is somewhat like a Stoneblade deck. You search a library, do you? It'd be a damn shame if something happened after you searched your library. Grab! Opponent down to 18 cards in library. No, so the way Archive Trap is worded is if an opponent searched their library. So that the opponent has to search their own library in order for it to be free. I'm getting my crab swords to plowshared. I'm at 13 life? How did that happen? Surgical plus 3 fetches, I guess. If I were the opponent, I would 100% snap off that Force of Negation on this Ponder. Yep. We're going to hold the Field of Ruin in hand for in case we draw a crab. Crab! Can't we just hard cast a trap? Isn't it 5 mana? I don't need to hold it. Like, I'll confirm, but I'm pretty sure it's 5. Yeah, I can just hard cast that. You forget that sometimes, but, like, the cards that have alternate casts can be cast for their real cost. Well, it has 8 cards in library. They will naturally kill me if I don't draw something before that happens. I have no reason to play the crab this turn. I did have a reason to play the crab. I was not really thinking about my life total, because I was thinking that if I miss the next turn, I'm just dead anyway. Because if I block Snapcaster Mage, I still take 10 over the course of 2 turns. So it's just better to not play some, like, anything that exposes the crab to removal. Oh, please pull a card out of your library. Do you have something left? No. Okay. So I want to cast this on my opponent's upkeep, right? Hmm. What's the graveyard look like? 1 force of will, 1 force of negation, 1 force of will. So it's pretty likely they can beat this. They might not have a fetchable land, in which case they can't actually play around like force of negation plus no blue card in hand. I think I'm gonna do it in their upkeep. But they gain access to like brainstorm in their upkeep to look for something. No, I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. My opponent is mad. They swore at me in chat. I don't know how interactive I'm actually supposed to be. I think days on the draw is probably pretty questionable. Maybe I do something like this to give me 3 answers to like a Dreadhorde Arcanist or a piece of equipment. I actually don't really love Flusterstorm. Maybe I play 1 though. I Beautiful. If they use their turn to eat my crab, then they don't get to play something scary like a Stoneforge or a Dreadhorde Arcanist, and I kind of like get a tempo advantage by doing this. As weird as that might sound. Oh, that was a shuffle? Oh, our opponent doesn't have another land? Oh, they're gonna salt off like mad. This is gonna be bad, chat. No maiming. That'll be good in a bit. I want that archive trap this turn. I take just Brain Freeze as a small mill. I think I just take Brain Freeze as a small mill. Hit a lot of lands there. Surgical's pretty strong. I think I just want to take out like Pyroblast or Force of Will. Like I'll let them ponder. I don't care about that all that much. So for counter spells, this leaves them with 1 Force of Negation, 2 Pyroblasts. I'll want to Archive Trap once I get to 6 mana, and I can protect it with a red Elemental Blast, in all likelihood. So kick around this 4. Or no, sorry, this is Trapmaker's Snare. Oh, actually, I could just force a search with Field of Ruin and then double Archive Trap my opponent next turn with red Elemental Blast back up. Yeah, my opponent might just be, like, straight up dead, like, now. You're in Attackers. You know you're in Attackers? I don't think you know you're in Attackers. They did not search with Stoneforge. I think I just have my opponent dead. We're not going to do that. We're going to take the W here. Oh, is Krark just better? I guess it is, right? But then I don't get to Trapmaker's Snare. Yeah, I think I just go for it this way. All right, got him. This is not jank. This is meta. Well, we are undefeated both in matches and games. So yeah, new meta game confirmed. Gaia's blessing, that would get me. That's for sure. Inverted Ninja, thank you very much for your continued support, friend. Very much appreciated. Oh man, we get to bully a stream regular now? Oh, white faces! Thank you very much for the host. Reverend who's tuning in. Hello, hello. I'm Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU, and Callum most graciously lent me some cracks, Krarks, so that I can do this awesome memeing. We are currently 2-0 in games and 1-0 in matches. Good luck. Oh, we drew a trap. Let's go. Yes, undefeated. Oh no! My crab! What will I do without it? Bayou into Force of Will is uncommon these days as an opener. That's fair. Well, that's gonna resolve. Then I have a plan. All right, you ready? You ready? Get him! Oh, yeah! Okay, so we are playing against World Gorger control combo. Okay. Now I know what's up. We're gonna stay the course. Some of my colleagues would stay safe and hold up Flusterstorm. Yeah. No, I know what I'm about. Oh, Uro, cool. Alright. My surgicals are gonna be good in this matchup. Basically. We're undefeated, Callum. Yeah, it's mostly Archive Trap that is just, like, backbreaking. Last match, we got to Visions as Ancestral twice in the same turn. It was pretty okay. My crab! So there's a world where I'm supposed to just surgical extraction the Uro here, because my opponent could just go land and then get Uro back, and it's like bad news bears for me. Alright, opponent has double Astrolabe, and not actually all that many threats remaining in their deck. So there's 3 Animate Deads, 3 Okos remaining. Inverted Ninja, I'm really glad you're enjoying it. I'm very happy with how the podcast has come along in the last couple of months. I think it took us a few... Going deep. I think it took us a few episodes to get to the point where we were better at bouncing off each other. But now it just always feels like it has a good flow. Ancestral? Oh, wait, hold on. There's 27 cards. This requires 30. Oh, no, it requires 20. Good news! That's fine. There's also a world where we do the alternate win condition of attack with this creature once, and our opponent dies because they draw another card off a Sylvan Library or something. I usually play with mismatching Okos, but that's because I own one of the like weird bordered ones, and then I end up borrowing the normal ones from Card Hoarder. I shouldn't technically be F6 here, but like whatever. Like my cards are on the table. My opponent knows what's up. So do I die? How do I die? Like my opponent draws a bunch of cards, but what is that doing for them? I don't remember seeing a win condition. I remember looking and I saw a couple of Okos. Oh god, our opponent reanimates my crab? Uh. Uh. There was no fireball. When this stack resolves, is my opponent dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Oh, okay, hold on. What's this in the graveyard? Okay. So they create a whole bunch of mana, activate Duskmantle Guildmage, and then I die to that. Okay, that's what I was missing. This card I had already milled when I was looking through their deck. Okay, I figured out I'm dead. Sorry, just saw Duskmantle. Was trying to figure out how I died. GG. No, I'm not going to force them out. Like, I'm just going to concede to that. Mm. Yeah, the only reason I was sitting there was for so long was because I could not figure out how they killed me. Otherwise, I would have like scooped it up immediately. I just like straight up didn't see it. I want some amount of graveyard interaction. I'm not sure if it's Leyline. Like Leyline is straight up a dead card if I draw it. I think the surgicals are very good. I just think most of the time my opponent boards as a control, like is playing a control role. I can try to get real cute with Submerge. I don't know that that's actually good. Well, Force of Will stops Oko, and Submerge doesn't stop Oko, so they do different things. Submerge is very nice versus the combo. I think I'm gonna play Force of Will when I'm on the play, and then when I'm on the draw, I might adjust a little bit differently. Yeah, so I want as many of my cards as possible to just be live cards. And if I'm playing Leyline, that means that I want to be like mulliganing towards Leyline in a lot of cases. And I'm not sure that that's where I'm at. I think I would rather like have my opponent living in fear of surgical. Oh, that's a good pickup. All right, so I think I go first crab trigger so that I can make ponder information with a little bit more information about what's in their graveyard. Surgical. These are good cards. At some point in this game, I might surgical that force of will, but I don't think that time is now. Our opponent might have stepped away for a second. We're undefeated. Deck is perfect. I think I just pass. Like, I want to draw the card that's on top of my library. I can just draw it with visions, though. Yeah. I don't know. That can just turn into an ancestral in a bit. Maybe I need to use my mana here. Pass. Intend on casting Snare. Or cast Cacophony. Cast Cacophony. No. No, because Entomb could be coming. I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. I guess that resolves. Oh, interesting. I can just surgical that and then I never have to worry about it. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. I might surgical force of will right here. It very awkwardly puts me to 12, though, which is a multiple of 3, which isn't the best. I'm not 100% sure that I clicked on the right thing after that happened. Surgical, force of will. Alright, Brainstorm, 2 lands, Veil of Summer. It's 13 cards in graveyard, so I don't want to cast Visions just to cycle it here. Nice. Oh shit, that's 19. I do need to cast this first. Take my Ancestral. This Brainstorm does not do anything this turn. Already played my land. No, all 4 are in exile. Oop. That Flusterstorm's quite good. I think I want to save Brainstorm for Storm Count. Maybe that's not true. I think I have to toss back this and this. Take the 6 cards from this and then try to resolve one of my archive traps. That's very good for me. I now just fetch with Ruined Crab and I have lethal. I don't even need to cast another spell. Nice! Nice. So there's a world where I actually want to be playing Red Elemental Blast just as a way to kill Oko. So, slight deck building error. Red Elemental Blast should be Pyroblast, I think. Because you can Pyroblast anything for like niche brain freeze based reasons. Fluster stops in Tomb, you say. Well, that's true. There are so many different sideboard approaches I could take here. Leyline of the Void isn't bad. It's just probably not good either. Oh, they just entombed Uro. Yep, yep, yep. Mr. Lee, I like the way you talk. That is a quality idea. Oh wow, we hit a lot of land there randomly. I'm going to surgically extract that, I think. So I probably want to extract it right now. Actually, I probably wanted to extract it on my opponent's turn for force of negation based reasons. Can I safely leave that in the graveyard? You just keep one more card there. It seems like it. Aluchronos Unchained. All right. Yeah, it seems like that can safely stay there. Oh yeah. All right. I just throw back the visions. Or I throw back Obero Field. Like Obero is so good with triple crab though. I think that's just better than visions. Yes, I think so. Oh, and just not fetch this turn? Sure, that's fine. I buy that. Yeah, they can have their Uro fodder. I can still lose to the infinite combo. But if they don't draw that, like, basically immediately, I think they're toast. Well, we haven't lost yet, so we're gonna pick legit until someone proves otherwise. God damn it. Give me Force of Will blue card for justice. That was indeed clutch. Was sweating it. Krark. Doing that plus brain freeze is totally hilarious. Let's go. Get in play, buddy. It is your time to shine. So these all mill for 3, right? 3, 6, 9. So one fetch land is lethal. GG's. And look at that. Undefeated. 2-0. No one can stop the relentless crabs. Most of the predictions at the beginning of the stream were that we were going to 2-3 with this deck, so we've already cleared that bar. Anything from here is gravy. Good luck. Have fun. You too. Keep. Keep. If this crab sticks around, this hand is gas. This crab doesn't stick around, unsure. Same, but louder. GG's. I had a handful of outs there. So I could have gotten Force of Will plus blue card, or I could hit one of the remaining 3 surgicals. So I had a decent number of hits to not be dead there, but I'm very glad it actually happened. Oh, this is so much pressure. Let's go. It's resolved. We can meme. Oh, right. They didn't flip. That's so good. Oh, wow. Is our opponent playing, like, straight up mono blue Delver? I think I have to, like, meme to win this game. Those Delvers flip. I am scared for my life. Yeah, so like this being like a mono blue stifle not delver sort of thing is not off the table. Alright, it's been a little while. Okay. We play this here crab, right? Following me so far? We play the crab. And then play a land. I thought Rite of Flame was banned. I don't know if we can play banned cards. What I heard from Legacy stalwart Bryant Cook. He wasn't playing Rite of Flame in his TES deck today, so anything could happen. I don't think I need to do anything on my turn. I can cast the snare on their turn. My opponent has Mystic Sanctuary in their deck. I was creator. I'm absolutely joking here. Sorry if that wasn't clear. He was trying out a non-traditional build earlier today that did not actually play Rite of Flame. And an ongoing joke in his channel is like hashtag ban Rite of Flame. No shuffle. Here we go. I really wanted opponent to fetch this turn because that like potentially turns this scenario into just an instant win, but you can't have it all. Tails. Heads. Ugh. Krark! I think I have to sacrifice lands in order to stay alive. Bounce a Delver. Then they don't have lethal next turn. I mean, yen? Probably not again. I probably need to play crab plus something like crab. Nah. I think I get 2 turns no matter what. Otherwise, I go down to 5, and then if like the Delvers flip naturally, the next turn I die anyway. Or like a Vapor Snag is going to be lethal. I don't think there's any way that I could win fairly, so I think I need to play this. And then I would need my opponent to like fetch on my turn. Oh, right. That's fair. We may have done a thing which fueled our opponent's bad card. That's on me. I didn't realize that was going to happen. Alright, let's get Surgical Extraction out of here. I don't want that. I want these red Elemental Blasts and Abrades. Bring those in and get rid of a Daze and call that good. Playing Daze against the better Daze deck isn't exactly stellar. But I don't like any of the other cards more than Daze. Like Force of Will, eh. I think I'm gonna play Daze on the play. And if we go to game 3 and I'm on the draw, I might switch Daze and Force. This hand can't get started. I have to mulligan this. I will keep this. This is not an exciting hand. I know my opponent has Stifle in their deck. I think I am just going to go ahead and fetch Island here. Lose out on some potential future crab equity. I do not think I am willing to cast this Visions of Beyond for nothing. Like, with Krark, we can potentially turn it into a draw 2 or draw 6. This just screams, I have a Stifle. Nope, I was wrong. Oh shit, I can't Daze to protect that! A floating mana. Maybe like brainstorm in response and then I can get the Daze. The graveyard has 15 cards. $16 cards. This is a really awkward ponder. But I think I just want to get a feel for what's on top. I don't want any of that. Fetch for me. Daddy wants to archive trap. So many basic islands. Oh, that's not bad. 17 cards in their graveyard. Brain Freeze can make that 20. Counterbalance. That's a nuisance and 100% unexpected. Ratchet Bomb. Alright, don't have a 1 on top. I know it's very likely. But I need to cast this before my opponent has a chance to sculpt the top of their library. But, like, looking at the CMC distribution of things that are in their graveyard, there's so many 1s. You force of negation before... I think you're supposed to resolve the counterbalance trigger before doing that, but maybe there's something I don't know. No, this is a post-sideboard game. Yeah, they just tapped out for counterbalance. So they don't know the top card of their library, right? I think I want to play this in a land in the same turn. I'm gonna go ahead and ponder. Actually, 1 card's on top. Maybe I just pass the turn. Resolves? Alright, let's try to crab. Yeah, this is a bit weird. Alright, so my opponent has a Flusterstorm on top. I'm gonna go ahead and play this land. Lowers future crab equity a little bit. I think that's fine. Like my way to win this game is probably just resolve one archive trap. Okay, now my opponent has pressure. I think I'll go ahead and ponder. I don't just want to hard cast an archive trap before I'm at the 6th mana. Grab. Grab represents a lot of mill. I fetch to play the crab. Actually, maybe crab doesn't represent a lot of mill. So I fetch to play crab. I have 2 fetches remaining. Play 1, that's 3 cards. I fetch, my opponent cracks Wretched Bomb. So I get 6 cards milled out of that crab. That's probably good enough. Yeah, there's a delta on top of my opponent's library. Okay, you're not supposed to crack that. You're supposed to wait for me to crack once. You get more value that way. Oh, a stifle. I see. Is it fine to just fluster? Probably fine to just fluster. Alright, so Archive Trap is now lethal. Not that I think it's going to resolve with my opponent having 5 cards and a counterbalance or anything, but just throwing it out there. Do we have a revealed Fluster from earlier? Oh, I do have a revealed Fluster from earlier. Do I have that in hand? It's very hard to remember whether or not they've brainstormed. Hmm. I think they do have that still. Let's go to my opponent's turn. Let's go ahead and let them do this. I really want them to fetch. Okay. There's a world where this results in my opponent dead this turn. Kind of a weird one. Delver. Alright. Yeah, Bentley, I'm not really super interested in Commander. So that would probably be left to other minds who have their pulse on the finger to the format. I wanted them to fetch or cast a spell, and neither of those things happened. So I maybe shouldn't have milled them. I could have just left that card on top, which maybe causes them to fetch. Yeah, now the Delver flips and I'm dead, unless they fetch in their upkeep. Yeah, okay, so I'm dead now. Yeah, maybe I don't take action and then they brainstorm, and then I have one more storm, which mills them for 3 more cards, which doesn't change things, but maybe they... And they still got that fluster. Ah, I don't think we're beating Delver most of the time, though, if I'm being honest. Like, a deck with counter spells and pressure seems good to stop my dirtily BS. Um, if this is Yorion taxes, my hand is kind of garbage against that. Like, a search effect is very unlikely. Surgical's not great. A braid is eh. I do have the Krark Archive Trap Dream, but like getting them to search in the first place might be really hard. I would keep this blind, but against a Yorion, I think I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan. This is better. Let's just throw back the surgical. Oh, blue Yorion deck. JK. If we are playing against some slow control deck, I think that favors us greatly as compared to the previous match. I love that brain freeze. All right, we got an Uro. We've milled 2 forces. Well, sorry, we milled 1 force, which eliminated another when our opponent cast it on the crab. Ah, we put an Uro in the graveyard. Rather awkward for me that we milled the second Uro. Probably of 2. That's extremely awkward for our opponent. We can also mill Punishing Fires, which kills the lesser crabs, but not the greater crabs. Oh! 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 Oh boy. Okay. This is cool. Oh yeah. Add to that storm count for me, baby. Oh, the storm count. Buffalo Coliseum's cool. All right. Oh fuck, I am up against a Yorion deck. I have so much more normal work to do. Shit! I'm most of the way there. Yeah, I was so focused on like this could be a death and taxes end. I didn't think of the you have 20 more cards than normal and and we milled our opponent into a win condition. You have 20 more cards than normal. Basically cheating. Lol. Alright. So the Yorion control deck. I was excited for this at first, but I have bonus work to do. I hope my opponent casts like 2 more spells. Then I can just brain freeze for a very large number. Now we draw this Abrade that I like really don't want. So I have to kill my opponent between my turn and their turn. I'm not really sure how to do that. My opponent casting like 2 spells and then me abrading the Uro and brain freezing them might be on the right track. Maybe they brainstorm into brainstorm into brainstorm, and then I'm still short. We beat a normal 60 card player here. Alright, I would like another surgical. I'd like red elemental blasts. I might play submerges for Uros. Yeah, this whole 80 card deck thing is some shit. uh hmm. I don't love these. And I don't love these. I also don't love these. So let's 100% get the abrades out. I don't think I love days. I'm either going to board it in Force of Will or Submerge. Like, Uro is going to come back from the graveyard very consistently. I could also go Mad Lad and play Leyline. I'm gonna go Mad Lad and play Leyline because I don't think we win the fair fight. Like, I have to do something unfair with Krark, or like start with a Leyline so that my opponent's graveyard it doesn't ruin me. I just don't think I can get through those extra 20 cards consistently. This has no initial mill at all. Like, I think a crab opener is just stronger than this. I think I'm going to try to go down a card to pick up some velocity. Fuck, this hand is garbage. God damn it! No! That's so many cards! Well, hopefully their deck just sucks now and I can do cool things. Well. Are all my fetches blue? Yeah. Got him. Got him. Only 53 more cards to go. We did mill an Uro. And a Cling to Dust. Oh, these are pretty good. We're not going to fetch to better play around like an Abrupt Decay or Assassin's Trophy. Or Fatal Push, I guess. Now we guaranteed get our 3 cards out of our crab. Oh, how do you keep making those land drops over there? A kicked Maddening Cacophony is like kind of hot. But I think I just cash it in for its normal value. We're a long way away from 6. I don't know, maybe I was supposed to just hold up Archive Trap plus Brain Freeze. My opponent made 4 land drops in a row on their giant deck. That's not good. 5 land drops in a row. Alright, we have 3 turns to mill 18 cards. God damn it, Leyline. Damn it! That's okay. What would that have been instead? Like a daze or force? Could have been a submerge. Submerge would look good here. Yeah, we would have beaten a normal sized control deck in both of these matches. I think I need to hold up my Brain Freeze. Yeah, that's true. If they didn't board in additional cards, some combination of Brain Freeze and Maddening Cacophony also just gets there. Or if we might have already gotten there. And they're just going to discard 2 cards. I think I have to Brain Freeze my opponent here, unfortunately. I think I am going to leave them. Actually, if Maddening Cacophony resolves, I win, don't I? I could, like, check the graveyard and see how many, like, Force of Will sort of spells are there, but... So there's a Field of Ruin baseline where I Field of Ruin to try to take my opponent off of hard cast Force of Will. But, like, they most certainly have a blue card, right? So I'd rather play around Flusterstorm and nothing else. They have 4 Force of Will in graveyard. That's good. Red Elemental Blast. Pyroblast. Alright. Alright, I'm at 5. They have a 6/6. They have cards remaining in library. You get this one, Yorion deck. But I feel triumphant in spirit. I feel like I'm 3-1. That's, of course, not how that really works, but... We milled more than 60 cards. Twice. Like a moral victory. Doesn't count on the scoreboard, but you still feel good about it. This is some quality memeing though. I hope we can assemble the Krark archive trap though in the last game. Let's get that going. Ooh, excuse me. Don't usually do these double stream days. We got a crab. Snap it off. We haven't yet lived the dream of like Krark plus archive trap and then get to double archive trap. We've Krarked other spells though. Yes. Go on. Fair green deck. Yeah. I am probably going to surgical extraction swords to plowshares. I can wait until my turn though. Take another crab this turn into Field of Ruin, the following turn into Visions of Beyond. Yeah, this all seems fine. Oh, nice, and we got one out of hand too. Alright, they have Thalia, Green Sun. Oh, they have Kaya's. Kaya's are going to be really good against me. Those just exile crabs forever. If I hit Wasteland, I might change my mind. Field of Ruin first before Ponder. That way, if I hit a crab a couple down, I can play that. Yes. It shuts off my ability to fetch this turn. This turn's actually like surprisingly complicated. There's a couple of different lines. I think I'm gonna go field and just go ahead and mill them. Then I'll ponder off these. Yeah, Krark. The Visions is a draw 3, but it's kind of slow. I don't actually know that I keep all this. Athalia in play makes this stuff, like, not the best. But maybe this is just fine. Like, I can take Visions and draw through the parts that I don't like. I can Krark Visions, but that seems not great. Like, I really don't want to put this card into play with Thalia. I almost just want to, like, shuffle this and find lands. Oh, a Braid is hot. I like a Braid. The Wasteland. Shit. Excuse me? Sir, I believe that is illegal. Hmm. Now what? Probably has to be a Braid the Thalia, take 9, and then hope to string something cool together later. We'll see if my opponent values destroying my lands or values just attacking with the knight. Because those put the game in very different places. I can survive the knight for a very long... Oh geez, do they have like green sun for questing beast or something? No, they're probably just gonna wasteland my volcanic island. Just nope, nope, they're doing that. I have a hard time believing that this is their best line in this turn cycle. Maybe they have something weird like an Elspeth that just makes like this knight lethal and guaranteed to get in next turn, and then their line makes sense. I need a fetch land right here. That's very good. We'll put back this, this, crab, mill you for a bajillion. And then if they fetch, they're dead. Okay, so I can't cast this for pay 0. Yeah, so they haven't searched this turn. Crabs! Alright, so Submerge seems awesome. Surgical is eh. Abrade is eh. Daze is eh. So I'm going to scooch this over 1 row. I know that I do not want this. I don't think that I want these. Although they're very good against a turn 2, 3 drop. These are kind of whatever. I could do something that looks like this. Force of Will's okay, but I find it pretty likely that my opponent will green sun for a Gaddock Teague, and that shuts off Archive Trap, and I don't know that I also want it to shut off Force of Will. Oh god. Krark Submerge is also pretty hot. My opponent also has Kaya, which is going to be really good against my crabs. Let's try this. I think when I'm on the play, I should probably play my Dazes. The boat guy, it has been fun. If nothing else, this has been a hell of a fun stream. Not really what I wanted, despite having a fistful of crabs. The boat guy, the early rounds are pretty funny. Rounds 1 and 2 in particular have shenanigans. Actually, every round except the mono blue Delver round. Fuck me. All right. Well, we don't answer that. So now I just kind of have to hope that my opponent kept their hand based on the strength of that and that they don't have good follow-up. 6, 12, 18, 24. Right. Or no, sorry, that's wrong math. Each one of these is 12. Okay, each one of them is 6. Yeah, I think I need days when I'm on the play. I think we're losing this game anyway without the choke just because I flooded out so hard. But that certainly did not help my cause. Krark is also going to be rough against a choke. Like, way more of a gamble than normal. My island is doing some weird shit. I do not believe that that is the correct card to get there. I believe you are supposed to get Gaddock. Gaddock eliminates a lot of my outs. Cacophony probably mills my opponent into lethal. I don't know, a Braid Tireless Tracker, and I don't know how I win. Maybe shouldn't have shown that a Braid. Like, I take 10 this turn. I have a Mountain. My opponent has 34 cards. Okay. I have to jump block the Knight this turn or I die. Well, those cards aren't Green Sun Zenithable, which is the problem. Yeah, so my opponent had an attack that could have represented lethal if I didn't block, and instead they let me stay alive without blocking. So that's a pretty big miss from our opponent. So they just attack in, and if they wasteland themselves, they can kill me with the Knight, so I have to block. I go ahead and mill 3 more cards here, see if I see anything cool. Another choke. Okay, there's multiple copies of choke. Good to know. I need to think about counterspells a little bit more then. No, I didn't block the Arbor. I should have blocked the Arbor. I didn't. I had resigned myself to my fate that I was dead the following turn. Just, like, very deterministically. Random, thank you very much for following, as well as C Pinky. Missed you a little bit earlier. I think against a Thalia deck, this is too much of a liability. It makes me super sad to sideboard these out. But it kind of feels like it's correct. I think the surgicals are above average. Like surgicaling a knight so that my opponent doesn't have a 20/20 creature that can kill me in one shot on turn 3 seems important. Oh, perfect. That's actually what I was looking for. I really wanted a crab. Now my opponent also knows about the archive trap if they don't take it. They're probably supposed to take it. They do not take it, so they might have an Abrupt Decay or Source of Plowshares or something that makes this decision better. Okay. Athalia is really annoying here. That's not that annoying. It slows me down, but like my spells are all still castable. Hmm. I probably lose this game if I brainstorm lock myself. And my opponent just missed a land drop. I think I'm gonna wait one turn before brainstorming. I don't want to have to like surgical myself. I think I just slow my roll. That's very good. Very, very, very good. But I run into the same brainstorm block problem if I like try to find a counterspell there. Okay, I can ponder to shuffle. At this point, the surgicals have probably outlived their usefulness. Like, I didn't mill an early card that I super, super care about. I think I'm going to be getting rid of those. I have too many reactionary cards here and not enough proactive things. Not going to get tempted by this sequence. Yeah, so like now my opponent gets a chance to play a large knight. I didn't get to extract it. And then once they do that, I probably die in short order. If they play some hate bears, like I can deal with that via braids, but it's mono braids over here, friend. All right. My position is pretty terrible. My opponent gets like so many things here that can just ruin me. I don't know why my islands keep blinking due to choke. I can abrade that Dryad Arbor. And I have so few vegetables left in my deck. I'm just going to go ahead and scoop this one up. I'm going to lose to Sylvan Library plus choke. I have no answers to that card. Like, I can try to play this really like crappy game where I like bounce my own islands with days to replay a crab or something. But I just think that game is going to be miserable, and I don't think it's going to make for good viewer content. Okay, we went 2-3, which was the called shot at the beginning. The first couple of rounds were really cool. We got to do the thing quite a bit. Unfortunately, our good goblin wizard friend did not do much this stream. He got removed and bolted and such, countered frequently. So we didn't get to like absolutely live the coolest possible dream of like draw six with Vision of Beyond or like double mill with Archive Trap very consistently. But some cool things happened. We did run into like the ultimate hard counter for this deck, which was the Yorion card, and our opponent boarded up to 90 cards, which was rough as well. It's a 3-2 if we don't count the Yorion cheater. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Which honestly was better than what I was expecting for this deck. Um, the mill strategy is always like right there. The Trapmaker Snare was kind of cool. Like, that was just more effective copies of Archive Trap, which is one of your better cards. Honestly, I wonder if you can run a mill deck that is, like, mono blue and just runs a couple more Maddening Cacophonies and Trapmaker Snare over these, and if that ends up just being better than this deck was. But this was certainly fun. More fun than I was expecting when we started up the stream, and I was expecting shenanigans. All right, for those of you on the YouTube end who are watching this later, if you enjoyed it and made it this far, please, like, comment, all that sort of stuff. It helps people find my content. And for those of you who enjoyed the stuff this evening, please consider doing something else to support my content, whether that's following, retweeting when I go live, subscribing, anything of that nature. It's all very much appreciated.